Finally found my apron. And now I'm ready to make some 30-minute German beer cheese soup. And today will be the perfect day for that. But before we make that soup, I think it'd be a great idea to make some Guinness Beer Bread to go along with it. Stay with me. Into the kitchen, ready to make some Guinness Beer Bread. I have the mix, I have the beer, the molasses, I've got the Crisco to line the pan. I think I'm ready to go. First it tells me to pour the Guinness into the bowl and wait for the foam to subside. First I measure 1.5 cups of Guinness, pour it into my pan, and wait for the suds to subside. Hey, there's some left over. I wonder what I should do with that. Now I'm adding 1/3 cup of molasses, and I'm stirring with a wood spoon to combine. Next it tells me to combine the beer and molasses mixture with the bread mix, but I think what I'm going to do first is grease my pan, and it says to do it with cooking spray, but I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Alright, we got the pan greased. I've opened up the bread mix and I'm now going to combine it. The stove is preheated to 350 degrees. Now it says to combine, but not to overmix, because it could cause the bread to deflate. That would be a real deflating thing. And into the pan she goes. And into the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. Start the timer. Meanwhile, I'll find something to do with the extra. It's been cooking now at 350 degrees for 20 minutes, and now it says to turn it down to 325 and to continue cooking for another 45 to 60 minutes, and then we have to, after 45 minutes, we'll do the toothpick thing, see how things are going. Meanwhile, I'm going to get ready to make our 30-minute German beer cheese soup. Almost time to check the bread. But while I was waiting for it to bake, I got some of the ingredients ready for 30-minute German beer cheese soup. Let's start with 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of half and half. I have 2 bottles of ale, and I'll explain a little more about them in a little bit. Some cloves of garlic, 1/4 cup of flour, 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 carrot, 1 onion. Got some Dijon mustard back there, or stone ground mustard, whichever you might prefer or you have on hand. 10 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese, and salt and pepper to taste. Pretty simple. Looks like the bread is finished. Let's give her the old toothpick test. It's supposed to come out clean. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice golden brown. Time to let it cool off and start working on the soup. Now we don't have a big food processor, but we do have this handy dandy little chopper, and it works pretty darn well for this kind of stuff. So plug your ears. Here it goes. The next step in this process is to saute this for about 10 minutes or so, they said. We'll just see how it goes. Now the two beers I've chosen, this one is from Bell's Brewery in Comstock, Michigan, which is up the road about 75 miles or so. It's called Oberon, and it's an American ale. And just down the road, maybe 60 miles, we have Paw Paw Brewery, and we're going to have a Two Paws IPA, another pale ale. And I think there's going to be some left over, so I can refill my glass. Next we add the flour, a little at a time. Mix it with the butter until everything turns golden brown. And now it's time to add in slowly the milk and the cream mixture. Whisking until we get it combined. Everything looks pretty well combined, so we add the mustard. And we're going to turn it up to higher heat. And we're going to add the beer and bring to a boil. And we're going to constantly whisk until the foam disappears. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Dang, what am I going to do with this leftover beer? You know, if you're new to this channel, thanks for stopping by. And if you want to add a little variety to your viewing, expand your horizons, I sure would appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button down below. Ring that little reminder bell, because you don't know what you're missing if you're not here. Alright, we brought her up to a boil, and I've just turned it down. And we're going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes, let it thicken up, and then we'll add the cheese. Oops, you weren't supposed to see that. After sitting in the pan for about 15 minutes, I was able to pop the bread out. No problem, it came right out of there. Now it's time to add the cheese. And salt and pepper to taste. Let me just add a little bit of pepper here. Whisk that in. Almost time for the taste test. Definitely picks up the beer flavor. If you're going to make this recipe, make sure the beer you use is one you like. I'm really impressed on how good the Guinness Beer Bread is. The beer bread's actually pretty good with some seedless raspberry jam. That made for a great little meal. The bread was good, the soup was good, and if you like this video, would you give it a thumbs up? Hey, and take a look at this one. It might be something you just might enjoy. And thanks for watching. What's Up with Richard?